Hi everyone. So we're going to do a Mercury retrograde series. I'm having trouble speaking, which I don't know. It kind of always happens to me. My thoughts get ahead of my words. Gemini moon, Libra rising. Too many thoughts, not enough time for the words to come out. That's usually what happens. So yeah, if I've been silent on the channel for a while, it's usually because I'm doing a lot of thinking, deep thinking about things, okay? It's not that I've forgotten all about the energies, but I was going to say you at this time. No, I haven't forgotten about you. I've just been in my head without the words to communicate the thoughts I'm feeling, the thoughts I'm feeling. Oh boy, how are we going to ever get to these readings? Well, let's get right to it. Mercury retrograde. I'm going to do 3 readings for the collective. You can organize them in your mind however you want, past, present, future, mind, body, soul. You know, pick a reading and see which part of your life it relates to. So let's get going with the first one. I'm going to pull 7 cards here and just check on the energies. Wow, wanting to come right out, the Judgment card. Okay, what else do we have here for Mercury retrograde? The Star. For the collective. Oh, that's too many. Too many. Although I did see the moon there. Thank you, everybody, for your support with my channel, for sharing your energy with me, for sharing your wisdom with me in the comments. All the private readings that you have booked or people have booked. It's been so great to connect to you in that sense. I feel like readers don't really say this, and maybe it's not the case for all readers, but there's such an energetic exchange in collective readings, but also, and more specifically in those kinds of personal readings, you really get to learn something and gain something as a reader by interacting with someone else's energy. So thank you for the monetary support, but also just the interaction itself is very enriching, at least for me as a reader. So yeah, let's keep going here. I feel like for some of you there has been quite a bit of overthinking, and some of you I'm hearing need to get things done. Like there's something you've been putting off, a bill you haven't paid that you need to pay, or some little minor, I heard menial task that you need to complete that you're just forgetting about, or you're putting it off, like taking something to the post office, something small. And it's at this time in Mercury retrograde, it's having a weight on you, and it's pulling your energy subconsciously and sometimes even consciously, and it's unnecessary. So there's a real need to just clear shit out so you have like a clean slate, an open table to work on. I heard an open table to work on. Okay, just one more here. Ooh. Okay, bottom of the card, Hermit. Yeah, doing some overthinking, potentially about work-life balance, work-love balance. For many of you, you're thinking about how you can work on a current connection you have. Or this is, yeah, I don't see this too much as past energy, although we're going to get into the retrograde energy. This is something that you're still in a cycle in. Could be at work, but there's some other person that is instrumental to your growth. I heard academic growth, so take that if it resonates. If not, that's cool. But yeah, that's what I heard. Okay, I'm going to clarify with the, what's this called? The Before Tarot deck. I figured it was appropriate with the retrograde energy. Is there any other things I need to say at this time? I heard be easy on yourself and expend energy when and where you need to. So if you can get some physical exercise, you know, walk around the block or do something. I heard raise your arms up and down, which is interesting. Gemini, which is where we're in where we're in Mercury retrograde right now, is rules the hands, the arms, the limbs. So maybe you just want to move your arms around, dust off the energy, you know, just like, oh, yeah, that's a nice stretch. You know, some of you need to stretch a little bit. Someone once told me that when you stretch and you say burgundy, it feels really good. I don't know where this person got that from, but I really feel like that's true. I don't know why that's coming out, okay? So maybe there's something around the color burgundy, or maybe there's something someone told you, advice they gave you about a situation that wasn't really working out for you, okay? Just because something works out for someone else and they can go toward it in a way that benefits them doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. I think for a lot of you, this has to do with a work situation. All right, let's get into it. The energy you're bringing into Mercury retrograde at this time, judgment. Ooh. Reflection of the past, the decisions you made or decisions someone else made. But you're definitely resurrecting some things here. And it's interesting because I do see 3, and I'm having this 3 theme come up. And I just heard Venus, Mercury, and Mars. Interesting. Also, you might want to think about the 3rd house, which is Gemini, of course. Yeah, so there's something about Venus, Mercury, and Mars that might be of interest, which is communication, action, and love. Venus could also be about work and creative projects, but you're resurrecting definitely some ideas or issues. I heard issues from the past, the Lovers, okay? What else do we have, which is a Gemini card again? The Death, Scorpio card. I don't know why I'm calling out the astrological correspondences, but it seems to be important. And I was going to pull out 3, which I normally do 2. Are we going to do a 3rd? Or are we okay with 2? I heard we're okay with 2. Knight of Wands again showing up at the bottom of the deck. So there's some kind of fast-moving energy, and I'm certainly feeling it in this reading. I'm a slow speaker typically, and that's because I do have a lot of thoughts and I need to slow it down before I speak. So I do speak rather slow, but then at times I'm like this, like motor mouth, and that's really showing me there's some kind of energy here that wants to push through, wants to get out of that backwards thinking or that backwards motion into something brand new. But it's going to be a little bit of a challenge right now. At this time because of the retrograde to push through anything new without releasing things from the past. Okay, so the energy you're bringing into this Mercury retrograde, judgment, so resurrecting things, and then we have Lovers with Death. Okay, so wanting to transform I heard your social relationships with others. For many of you, you have a project that just isn't getting to where it needs to go right now. This could be at work, or it could be, I heard, in a union. Interesting. Some of you are working with a partner or in a marriage situation or a child. I heard you're partnering up on something and it's just not progressing as you need it to, but that's for a reason. So trust it. No need to get, I heard your panties in a bunch. I don't know. That's what I heard. No need to get your panties in a bunch. Weird. I've never used that saying. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe some of you are working on some underwear line. Who knows? But there's definitely this energy at this time of wanting to refigure and transform your personal social relationships. Now, of course, for some of you, this does have to do with love. It's wanting to rethink the dynamic that you had with someone or that you have with someone and the past experiences with that person. Because it's interesting, here we have the Lovers card, and in the traditional Rider-Waite, they're standing up, they're united together, right? But here, the dude is helping the woman up, saying like, take my hand. And it's not like she looks scared or anything like that. It's more like she's like, no, I'm chilling. I don't really want to get up. And he's like, come on, get up, join me. And she's like, no, I'm okay down here. Okay, and Death in the Rider-Waite usually tramples over some people, but there's nobody here. Death is just going through a graveyard. So there is a resistance at this time to work with other people or to understand how your emotional freeway is a freeway that has other cars on it, that you're not just driving along solo. So you might feel like you're going at a certain speed, too fast, too slow, and it's all about you. And if you want to go faster towards something, or if you want to slow it down, you might feel at this time that that's all up to you and you're getting frustrated. Why isn't it speeding up? Why isn't it slowing down? But there's a message here about remembering that freeway you're on, this whatever, spiritual freeway, physical 3D freeway, whatever it is, your speed is relative to the other energies around you. So you might feel like, I can't get this going, but that's because there's other energies around you that are either working with you directly or indirectly that are slowing you down. Okay, so don't be so hard on yourself. Expand outwards beyond feeling as though you need to take accountability for everything that is either working or not working. So it goes the other way, right? Like if something is really progressing and speeding up and doing a great job, pay tribute, give gratitude to the energies that are helping propel that forward. Like, your coworkers or your family or your lover or whatever I heard, or your brother or whoever is helping you. Okay, there's been this real theme, I think, in my readings in the last few months, that like no man's an island, that you're not doing everything on your own. And once you really realize that connection to other people, things begin to mellow out and de-stress a little bit. Because you're taking on a lot of responsibility for inaction and action. Okay. How will Mercury retrograde potentially affect you? The Star, beautiful. So I think once you realize that you're working with other energies, okay, it's really weird. I'm seeing somebody on WhatsApp in particular, okay? I'm seeing someone on WhatsApp talking to someone, and that person's not responding right away, or the messages aren't being read right away, or something like that. And they're getting frustrated, and this is in relation to either a friendship or a love connection, and they're starting to read into it, like, what is this person doing? Why aren't they responding? Or something like that. But what they're not realizing is like the server, or however it's being transposed, I heard, between energies is being slowed down because there's like an overload of traffic, or there's just a glitch in the system. There's something wonky with the hardware. It's not based on you, that person's lack of response or quick response to you, however you want to see it. But I think it's a lack of response is not because of you and the energy you're putting out. It's something else configuring your dynamic together. So this could be a metaphor, right? So take it as it resonates, but there's something else in the energy, in the atmosphere, that's facilitating some kind of connection, okay? That is part of the interference. It's like messaging someone and not realizing that their phone's off, right? And you're starting to feel like maybe they're ignoring you or whatever the case is, but their phone has their battery died. Okay, so it's like scale back, take it back a little bit, and consider the other elements in the assemblage, I heard, in the assemblage of your connection. Now the Star, many of you are going to feel a sudden like jolt forward. So you're going to feel like something's not moving. That's the energy you're kind of bringing in. A little bit of frustration, I feel, a little bit of lack of wanting to work with others or feeling like that's not happening. But then it's like all of a sudden you're going to go forward really fast, or something's going to pick up. And you need to realize, it's so integral, I'm getting, that you realize it's not just because of you. It's the surrounding energies. It could be, I heard, universal as astrological energies. So maybe yesterday you couldn't get something off the ground, and then today you're like full steam ahead, and you pat yourself on the back. You're like, yeah, I pulled through it. I can do this. I can do it. I can call her. That's what I heard. I can call her. And, yesterday you're freaking out, or whatever the case. It's good to congratulate yourself on your progress, but also don't be so well, I don't really know what the word is. It's, don't give yourself all the credit for what's happening. Because the problem is, when something works out and you feel like it's all of your doing, then when something bad happens, you're also going to feel like it's all of your doing, and nothing is ever only on your own operating, okay? So anyways, yeah, star power. Yeah, sun over the star. Oh, this Mercury retrograde, grade. This Mercury retrograde is going to be good for you. I heard Gatorade. Okay, and I'm seeing an alligator now. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time for you here. Knight of Cups with the Hangman, new perspective. Perspective on creativity, on some love offer, some growth. Ace of Wands at the bottom. And this is just going to be so clear to you. It's like out of nowhere, you're just going to gain this clarity. And remember, this is energies, Mercury retrograde works with energies from the past. And so whatever hasn't completely been dealt with in the past tends to resurface and come up again. So I'm seeing here that you are being able to deal with these issues in a very profound way. We have serious major arcana here. Judgment, Death, Lovers, the Star, the Sun. This is a good time for you. And pre-shadow and post-shadow combined with the actual retrograde, we're talking about 3 weeks here. But I'm recording this on June 1st. I do feel like tarot readings are timeless, but so this could be projecting energy into the next Mercury retrograde or the last one. But this particular time, whenever you're watching this, it feels like a really stellar, I want to say a stellar time with the star card, a new perspective. Somebody is giving you something to take to someone else. This is what I'm saying about everything being in relation. It's like a pay it forward energy. You're going to realize that somebody has given you a gift and you're bringing it forward as your own gift. Like, say you went through something really terrible and tough in your life, some kind of heartbreak situation, dark night of the soul, whatever it is. And that person you're now realizing gave you some kind of gift, maybe some clairvoyance, some intuition, or maybe just some insight into a particular problem that you didn't previously relate to that person. Maybe you had a creative block and now you're completely unblocked. You're going to realize that that person was instrumental on your path for a particular reason. Maybe it wasn't to be in love and fall in love and all of this because it didn't end well or whatever the case is, but they were instrumental to get you to this place of having a new perspective. So you're going to recognize, you're going to start, it feels like a nice progression of starting to recognize the roles of different energies in your life and how they have gotten you to the point that you're at. I'm hearing, even though it doesn't work like that, according to universal law, I heard, it doesn't work in this linear fashion, but that's the way to think about it at this time. It will help you. Because otherwise you're just going to be all over the place and then you're just going to keep centering things back to yourself. And again, I'm hearing don't put the onus on yourself. Okay. Inner work that needs doing. King of Wands in the reverse. I mean, the message is getting a little bit repetitive here, but this could be another person who mirrors something back to you. But the King of Wands in the upright is the doer, right? Who does everything. I heard king of their own castle. So something that needs inner work is delegating energy, delegating work, offloading. I heard offloading energy. And what I'm seeing is somebody having a breakdown. Okay. I'm seeing someone crying, having a breakdown and taking a chunk, like a chunk of it's like a ball of energy. They're taking out of their head. It's not gruesome. They're taking it out of their head and they're putting it in a book and closing it. And the light is shining out of the book. And they're putting it on like a desk or a table and they're saying, okay, I'm going to come back to you. You do your little energetic thing that you need to do about this situation because I need to go handle this over there. So it's a little bit of compartmentalizing, but it's more of like offloading that energy, giving it over to, I heard giving it over to trust, like trusting if you don't think about this person for 10 days, let's say, maybe that's a huge stretch, maybe an hour, whatever it is for you. If you don't think about this person or situation, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be like a toxic work situation that you've been like ruminating about. If you don't think about it for a certain amount of time, trust that the energy is still going to be there if you want to pick it up. Okay, because there's something about working through this relationship crap that we all fall into. There's something about the fear of letting go. Because when you let that memory go, there could potentially be a fear of letting a part of you go that was attached to that. So say somebody walked all over you and treated you like shit. There's a part of you that was really naive, or at least you feel that to be that way, naive and innocent, that allowed that to happen or whatever. And letting go of that situation is letting go of that part of yourself. So therefore you hang on to that situation. Okay, so trust at this time that you can put something away and that that part of you will be there when you need to pick it up. And it might even be transmuted by the time you do. So offloading, delegating stuff. 7 of Swords. Yeah, it's like, okay, this really is. It's like giving other people responsibility or giving the energy. I just saw the 9 of Swords. It flipped. Yeah, 9 of Swords flipped. I'm not going to take it though. We have the Ace, or 8. I always say Ace with this. 8 of Wands falling over the 8 of Wands. Okay, clarifying the King of Wands, 7 of Swords with the 8 of Wands. So it's like giving other people the responsibility back, not consuming it, not taking it in. It's not your problem. Or it's like, maybe that's the wrong way to say it. It's don't assimilate their actions as you. Send it back. Because you know, with the 7 of Swords, he's carrying all those swords in the rider weight and he's carrying them by the blades, which is a dumbass thing to do. And, you know, he's looking backwards, you know, making sure that nobody that he's taking the swords from is looking, but he's not looking forwards to see who's watching from the other angle. It's just a dumb thing, right? And that's because he's trying to carry too much at once as well. It's too much and he's trying to take too much. So it's like, there needs to be more organization with the thoughts, the communication as well. The fast moving energy needs to be slowed down, but not halted. I heard, Billy, can you do that report for me? So it's like giving someone something to do almost so that you don't have to worry about it. It's like one less thing you need to worry about. This could be about different parts of yourself, because going back to the initial message about how there's things that you need to handle that you're not handling. Okay, let's keep going from there. How to rest and slow down. The Hierophant in reverse. This is like, for me in the upright, this is institutional knowledge, connection to spirit, learning. And so in the reverse, I'm seeing this right now as taking a break from having to figure out all the answers and do things the right way, like do things the proper way. Some of you are getting really stuck on perfectionism and it's causing procrastination. King of Cups. And the 5 of Wands with the 5 of Cups at the bottom. Look at this King of Cups. Somebody's offering him the cup to hold and he looks like really angry sauce about it. Like he is not happy. He does not want to hold that cup. And I feel like this is it's like don't hold on to other people's crap. Is this your cup that you want to hold on to, or is it someone else's? Why has the universe given you this emotional weight to hold? Has it, right? Has the universe done that? Or are you like, is the energy just an interference? And again, I'm seeing that WhatsApp conversation. And so this could be like, you know, it's definitely a metaphor, but it could be something actually happening as well. Try to look at any kind of interference as energies trying to work together, trying to build a structure, trying to be cooperative, but there's an interference here where it's just going to create conflict. It's like somebody wants to know how to do things best. I need to do it the best way. I need to impress them. And in order to rest and slow down, it's like you just need to put it on the back burner. Just let other people figure out what they need to figure out for themselves. Any kind of thing that's coming in between you and what you want to do, or you and your person, or whatever, other people or other issues, allow that to kind of unfold and don't take it on so much. There's a really like a hands-off energy, like I'm not dealing with this, like I don't want to deal with this because I don't want to take it on as myself. So it's recognizing other people's role and responsibility in your life as you see it, as you choose it. Okay, what to reevaluate? The Three of Wands. Where you're going, what you're waiting for. Six of Cups in the reverse, someone from the past or a past life circumstance, I heard. A way in which you were. For many of you, you're looking back 10 years ago, I heard 20 years ago, and thinking about the way you were and how free you felt and just how good you looked, I heard. And you just felt like everything fit. But if you really put yourself back into that mindset from 20 years ago or 10 years ago, you didn't feel like in that moment that everything was perfect. But your recollection of that time feels like that. Yeah, Nine of Wands. There's that Five of Cups again, okay? Following you a little bit here. I'm hearing with this cat knocking over this cup here, is all that you lost your fault? That's a question you need to sit with. Regardless of your immediate response, you might say no, and then I heard I need you to sit with that, to really either believe that or to figure out how you played a role in it. So there's something that you're answering to yourself too quickly about a past situation, about a past hurt. It's okay to open the book at this time and look at it. Actually, Mercury retrograde's a good time to do that, to reevaluate, rethink something from the past. Because that past energy is going to be swirling around anyway, so you might as well deal with it. Six of Cups with the Nine of Wands. Somebody breaking through your boundaries in the past. Somebody not respecting your boundaries or respecting you. And you need to reevaluate how you're working with people, love or otherwise, during this time in a way that supports you having a transformation, in a way that supports your star sun energy. Don't let people come in and disrespect you, okay? I heard block, delete, okay? So, it's okay to get rid of people who disrespect you. I heard regardless of your role in it, that responsibility of figuring out how you played a role is something that you can deal with on your own. Okay, and I heard extreme disrespect. So this is about someone who, this isn't going to be for everyone, but someone who disrespected you to an extreme level, okay? Someone who, if you were to go and apologize to them, they'd probably just disrespect you more. Block, delete, I heard. Like, it's okay to get rid of that energy completely, and then work on your role by yourself. If it's somebody who overall you had a decent relationship with and there were fights where disrespect happened, as that usually does happen in an argument, right? I mean, it's up to you to decide the levels of, I heard, of clarity that you're willing to accept. Then you may want to, I heard, speak to them through offense. Take that as it resonates. But it's like, speak to them if you feel like you need to reconcile. And reconcile is just meaning like reconcile the situation. It doesn't mean reunion, okay? Reconciliation is about resolving something almost, right? It's not necessarily reuniting. But if you want to reconcile with this person in any way, reevaluate how you want to communicate. And I'm seeing like through a fence again. Even some of you, it's through bars. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but there's something, a boundary, a barrier that needs to happen. Like maybe this person wants to meet face to face and you say, no, I'm only texting, or I'm only talking on the phone, or you set the boundaries here of how you want to communicate, because you need to be careful with this energy, okay? Yeah, and this is the way you handle this situation. So this is coming up for some people. Someone might come back. I mean, that happens all the time with Mercury retrograde, right? But somebody might come back. It might be someone you don't expect, whatever it is. How you deal with the situation is going to give you, like I heard a nugget, like it's going to embed into your cells how you handle the situation. It's going to embed into your cells in a way that creates a memory. So that when you have a connection with someone in the future, that cellular memory will be called upon. You'll deal with it in the same way. So it's very important how you do this at this time. Okay. How to navigate, what to rethink. Page of Wands in reverse. For some of you, you have bad news to deliver, or you heard bad news recently, and you need to reframe that in terms of not good or bad, but I heard difficult, concerning. Rethink how you're going to deliver a message. Is there a way that you can still deliver bad news, whatever that means, with positivity? Or with, I heard love and light, with a healing message. Two of Wands, there's definitely a choice here to be made about how you want to see the world through the messages you deliver. And this could be, any messages. King of Wands, Two of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. And again, this damn 5 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so let's look at this a little bit more. There's something you didn't see, okay? There's something you're missing about the past. And I feel like this is the cause of a lot of your overthinking. It's something your subconscious knows. And I think this is what all the offloading shit is about. There's too much clutter right now during this time, not always, during this time. There's a lot of clutter and your focus is in multiple places, I heard, which is fine. But there's something in the subconscious that wants to come through to tell you something about something that happened that you're not seeing properly. It's something that wasn't really your fault, or that there was another energy, another role involved. Somebody took on another role. I don't know what that's about. Because, okay, so now we have for what to rethink. I don't know. I was going to say how something. What to rethink is the King of Wands in the upright, but inner work that needs to be done is the King of Wands in reverse. So there's something you're doing, you're acting, you're taking charge of a situation, could be just with yourself, that you think you're doing something the right way, but you're missing something, which doesn't mean you're doing it the wrong way, I heard. For some of you, and this isn't going to be for all of you, for some of you, you left a connection before it even had a chance to start. Because you were scared you were going to get backstabbed. You didn't trust somebody and you sabotaged the connection. And you're not realizing that. For others of you, someone was going to backstab you and your instincts were telling you that you needed to not really fully get into this connection. So like you pumped the brakes when it came to living together or marriage or taking it to the next level. I heard having a baby. You pumped the brakes because something wasn't right. Your instincts were telling you something. So for some of you, you need to rethink how you handled a particular situation, the choices you made about it, and how you delivered this news to this person. Because I keep getting this message like you're taking too much responsibility for something. Be kinder to yourself at this time. Okay, how to navigate through this time with ease and grace. 8 of Wands in reverse. Slow it down, rest. Work with the energy rather than against it. For instance, if you have a YouTube channel or some kind of public speaking engagement and you start fumbling over your words because you're going too fast or whatever, because Mercury retrograde, work with that energy, make a joke about it, ease into it rather than getting frustrated and having to stop or like restart or edit or whatever it is. It's like work with it, not against it at this time. So any memories or issues that are coming up, work with them and not against them. I want to get an oracle card. Hold on one second over here. Let's see. Let's get a moonology card. Oh, low power already? Wow. I just charged my phone. Mercury retrograde is sucking the juices from my phone. That's kind of weird, guys. All right, let's get a closing message for this reading about Mercury retrograde. Get a closing message for the collective. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini, more Gemini energy. Okay, maybe one more, two more. Show the world the real you. Meditate and contemplate. Yeah, there's something about the real you that you're missing here, or you're not wanting to show it. You need to deal with that. The King of Wands, reverse, mirroring each other, upright and reverse, okay? Meditate and contemplate on how you take charge of a situation. What does that mean to you to be responsible and to take charge of something? So kind of think about all these things right now. It's not a time to take action, to start anything new or anything like that. I mean, these are basic Mercury retrograde advice, but really the cards are saying that. It's not a time to do any of that. It's more to sort through things in your mind, compartmentalize, put something over there, make sure you're accounting for other interfering energies that are getting in the way. Don't blame anybody right now, don't blame yourself, but just kind of go at things, your thoughts, in a very kind of neutral way, okay? Because the answers you need are coming, so now's not the time to arrive at the answer. Now's the time just to get everything in preparation for the answer so that when it comes, you can verify it. All right, guys, I hope that helped. I'll see you next time.